Hello, myself Raghavendra Hegde. I welcome to my new YouTube channel, RH Chemistry Learning Along with Me, Exam Navigator. Here I present my first video that is on detailed solutions chapter wise 2019 KCET question paper part 1. So here I have solved 30 questions out of 60 questions and remaining questions you can see in the next video. Here chapter wise I have arranged, so I will start from solid state chapter. Which of the following is a network crystalline solid? It was the question asked. So here the option given is I2, then ALN, then NaCl, ice. Yes, which is the answer? ALN, because I2 comes under non-polar molecular solid, NaCl is ionic solid, ice is hydrogen bonded molecular solid. Hence network crystalline solid is which one? Aluminum nitride. Yes, let us go to the second question. Question number 2, that is solid state chapter once again. The number of atoms in 2.4 grams of body centered cubic crystal with edge length 200 picometer is. The option is like this: 6 in 10 to the power 22, 6 in 10 to the power 20. So in this case, so 6 in 10 to the power 23, 6 in 10 to the power 19. So solution. We know that 200 picometer is given, density is given. Let us, by using this density, we will calculate M. So M which having Avogadro number of atoms, so that 2.4 grams having how many? That is the way we have to calculate. So atomic mass of the M we can calculate it by D into A cube into Na divided by Z. So what is given? BCC ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ Z is equal to ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ 2, Na is equal to 6 in 10 to the power 23 and D is equal to 10 gram per cm cube. So A value also will consider it in cm cube, cm, so that is 200 picometer means 200 into 10 to the power minus 10 centimeter. Substitute all those values in the given equation, given formula. So you are going to get 24 gram per mole. So 24 grams contains 6 in 10 to the power 23 atoms. So 2.4 gram element contains how much? Yes, solve this. You will get the answer 6 into 10 to the power 22 atoms. Hence the answer is first option. Yes, let us move to the question number 3. This is also from solid state chapter. So 1 mole of NaCl is doped with 10 to the power minus 5 moles of SrCl2. The number of cationic vacancies in the crystal lattice will be. So here these are the options given. Then how to solve this? If you see Na plus 1 valency, Sr is 2 plus valency, right? So 1 Sr when it replaces 1 sodium, remember each strontium creates 1 cation vacancy. So 1 cation vacancy means 10 to the power minus 5 moles produces how many? You have to calculate. ಅಂದರೆ 10 to the power minus 5 ಮೋಲಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇದೆ SrCl2, that many cation vacancies will be there. So simple calculation, 10 to the power minus 5 into Avogadro number, you are going to get the answer 6.022 in 10 to the power 18. So which is the correct answer? Yes. Once again, first option is the correct one. So these are the 3 questions of solid state chapter which was asked in CET 2019. Let us move to the next question from solutions. Relative lowering of vapor pressure of a dilute solution of glucose dissolved in 1 kg of water is given. Molality they are asking. So these are the 4 options. So how to approach this type of problem? See, relative lowering of vapor pressure is given means, write the formula. Formula ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? So formula for that is, so Ps, P naught minus Ps divided by P naught is equal to N2 divided by N1. So vapor pressure of the solvent P naught, the solution Ps. N2 is number of moles of the glucose divided by N1 is number of moles of water. Here if you come to know what is the number of moles of glucose, then molality is equal to number of moles divided by 1 kg of the solvent, and here they have given 1 kg only. So N2 calculate, that should be the answer. Then how to calculate N2? So given is N2 by N1 is equal to 0.002, right? N1 ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ 1 kg is given, ಹೌದಾ? ಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ 1000 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ divided by 18, if you substitute this, you will get N1. Directly you will substitute in this formula, so that N2 is equal to 0.002 into 1000 divided by 18. So you are going to get the answer 0.111. So that should be the answer for molality of the solution. That is question number 4. Yes, now we will discuss question number 5 from the same chapter. A non-volatile solute A tetramerizes in water to the extent of 80%, 2.5 gram of A in 100 gram of water. Lower the freezing point by 0.3 degree Celsius, the molar mass of A in gram per mole. So option given like this: 62, 221, 155 and 254. Now let us see the solution. A tetramerizes ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? A give rise to A 4 times, right? So initially how many moles of A we have taken? 1 mole. How many moles initially? A4, that is 0. At equilibrium dissociated, that is alpha mole give rise to alpha by 4 mole. Alpha by 4 ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡೆ ನೋಡಿ? So alpha mole dissociated, A 4 times tetramerize, which means whatever alpha you will get, you will take, that alpha by 4 moles are going to form. Hence number of moles at equilibrium is 1 minus alpha is equal to alpha by 4 moles of A 4 times. So total moles at equilibrium, how you calculate? 1 minus alpha plus alpha by 4. How much you will get the answer? That is 1 minus 3 by 4 alpha. So carefully understand this particular problem. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ tough ಇದೆ. So first you calculate total moles at equilibrium. Then we will move to, in this case, I is equal to what? Quantum factor. How you define? Number of moles associated divided by total moles taken, right? So 1 minus 3 by 4 alpha, that is the I, number of moles associated, divided by total moles taken is 1. So I is equal to 1 minus 3 by 4 alpha only you will get. So alpha which is given 80% ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಅಂದರೆ 0.8, 80 into 80 divided by 100 you will do. So you are going to get 0.8 is alpha, that is I is equal to 1 minus 3 by 4 alpha, so that 1 minus 3 by 4 into 0.8, you are going to get the answer 0.4. Then use the formula delta TF is equal to I into KF into M. So 0.3 K delta TF is given, you can see I is 0.4 into 1.86 into 2.5 into 1000 divided by molar mass into 100, that is molality formula I have taken. So hence you are going to get the answer 62 gram per mole. So the answer for this particular question is 62. So that is the answer for this. Yes, let us see the 6th question. So 6th question is, in this case, so solution A contains acetone dissolved in chloroform and solution B contains acetone dissolved in carbon disulfide. The type of deviations from Raoult's law shown by solution A and solution B respectively. So in this case, first option positive and positive, positive and negative, negative and negative, and the fourth option is negative and positive. Now you can see acetone dissolved in chloroform, which means polar, so hydrogen bonding will be there. In the second case, acetone dissolved in carbon disulfide, hydrogen bonding will not be present. Because of that reason, remember, acetone in chloroform is negative deviation, that is delta H is negative, hence it is negative deviation, and acetone in carbon disulfide which does not form hydrogen bonding, hence that particular case is positive deviation. Let us see the question number 7. So from electrochemistry chapter, so 3 questions from solid state and 3 questions from solutions we have seen. Electrochemistry also 3 questions it was asked. In this case, aqueous solution of CuSO4 is subjected to electrolysis. Using inert electrode, the pH of the solution will be, so increases, remain unchanged, decreases, increases or decrease depending on the strength of the current. Here remember, pH increases means acidic nature is less, decreases means acidic nature is more. Now you will see what happens this CuSO4 when it undergo electrolysis, aqueous solution of CuSO4. So here when CuSO4 undergo electrolysis, in this case H plus and copper, so 2 positive ions are present. So here in this case remember H plus and Cu2 plus is present. In this case, H plus require more discharge potential, hence Cu2 plus discharges Cu. And then negative charge if you see, OH minus and SO4 2 minus, out of that, OH minus, SO4 2 minus require more potential, so OH minus require less potential, so OH minus is going to deposit as oxygen gas. Hence remember, H2SO4 is present in the solution. H2SO4 solution alli ide andre solution become what? Acidic in nature. Acidic solution remember, pH will be always less. Hence the answer is decreases. Very important type of question. Then we will see question number 8. In case of the question number 8, remember it's also from electrochemistry. 1 liter solution of MgCl2 is electrolyzed completely by passing a current of 1 ampere for 16 minutes 5 seconds. The original concentration of MgCl2 solution was, so in this particular case remember atomic mass of Mg is given. Now 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 m. Second option 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 m, 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3, 1 into 10 to the power minus 2. So here what is happened, you can see original concentration of MgCl2 solution they are asking. So first what we will do, we will calculate Q. So which means the current which is passed in coulomb. So then we know that 96,500 coulomb deposit 24 grams, that is atomic mass of magnesium. So that this coulomb having how much concentration? To calculate this, what is given? Current 1 ampere, T is equal to 16 minute 5 second. ಅದನ್ನು ಸೆಕೆಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ 965 seconds you got. So Q you are going to get it as 1 into 965 is equal to 965 coulomb. Then what you have to do, in this equation if you see Mg2 plus 2 electron give rise to Mg, which means 1 mole of Mg2 plus deposit by using how many current? ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 electron ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. So here 2 electron is given. 2 electron given means 2 into 96,500 coulomb is required. 1 mole to deposit Mg2 plus, valency is 2 plus charge, hence 2 electron needed, 2 into 96,500 coulomb deposit 1 mole, hence 965 coulomb deposit how many mole? So calculate that answer, you are going to get 1 by 200 is equal to 0.005 molar. That is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 m should be the correct answer. So the 8th question correct answer is first one. Let us see question number 9. In question number 9, that is also from electrochemistry, the given is E naught of Mn plus 7 to plus 2 is given. E naught of Mn plus 4 to plus 2 is given in volt. Then they are asking E naught of Mn plus 7 to plus 4 is. So read that question, very important. So option given is 0.3 volt, 0.1 volt, 1.7 volt and 2.1 volt. Now let us see. In this particular case, we will write the reaction for all those. Mn plus 7 need 5 electron to change itself to Mn2 plus. That is E1 naught is involved in this. ಹೌದಾ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ delta G is equal to minus NF E naught cell ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ we have learned. So that we will apply. Delta G1 naught is equal to minus electron change is how many? In this particular case 5 electron. Hence I have written 5 in minus 5 into F into E naught. Then in the next reaction Mn3 plus plus 2 electron give rise to Mn2 plus. So Mn3 plus, here it should be 4 plus, Mn4 plus 2 Mn2 plus. Remember, small correction. So in this case it should be Mn4 plus. So give rise to Mn2 plus 2 electron change. So E2 is equal to delta G2 is equal to minus 2F E2 naught. Then given reaction Mn plus 7 to Mn plus 4, which means 3 electron change. Delta G3 naught is equal to minus 3F E naught. Now what we'll do, we'll calculate delta G3. Delta G3 is equal to what? Delta G1 naught minus delta G2 naught. Remember in this. Then minus 3F E3 minus is equal to minus 5F E1 naught plus 2F E2 naught. Minus is the minus of minus is plus. So now E3 naught is equal to F get cancelled. So 5 E1 naught minus 2 E2 naught divided by 3. So you are going to get, so substitute the value of E1 and E2, you are going to get the answer it as 1.7 plus 1.7 volt. So answer for this question is third option. These are the 3 questions from electrochemistry chapter. Now let us move to chemical kinetics. Now here, plot of T1/2 versus R0 for a reaction is straight line parallel to x-axis. Remember, this is the hint in this question. The unit for the rate constant of this reaction is mole per liter per second, mole per liter per second, liter per mole per second, per second. So what is the meaning of plot of T1/2 versus R0 for a reaction straight line to parallel to x-axis means what? T1/2 is independent of initial concentration. So remember, when T1/2 is independent of initial concentration, then that reaction should be what? First order. Hagadre first order reaction ಗೆ rate constant ಏನು? Per second. Hence the answer for this question is fourth option, per second. Very important, remember, when the graph is given, the explanation is given about the graph, unit when they ask, you have to identify what is the order of that reaction. This is fourth option. Then 11th question. So from the chemical kinetics, which is wrong statement, rate constant K is equal to Arrhenius constant A. If EA is equal to 0, e to the power minus EA by RT gives the fraction of reactant molecule that are activated at the given temperature. Ln K versus 1 by T plot is a straight line and presence of catalyst will not alter the value of EA. Out of these 4 options, very easy to take some decision is about the catalyst, correct? Now we will see that fourth option, presence of catalyst. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇಂಥ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅದನ್ನು. Presence of a catalyst will not alters the value of EA, it is there. So we know that catalyst always alters the value of activation energy. Whenever we use the catalyst, reactant takes the new path of lower activation energy. So presence of catalyst will decrease the activation energy. Hence remember, here the answer should be fourth one, which is wrong statement. Then question number 12, that is also from chemical kinetics. 1 liter of 2m CH3COOH is mixed with 1 liter of 3m C2H5OH to form an ester. The rate of the reaction with respect to the initial rate when each solution is diluted with an equal volume of water will be. So option is given like this. Then how to solve this question? First we will write the reaction rate equation for that. If you write the rate equation, what happens? Rate is equal to K into CH3COOH to the power 1 into C2H5OH to the power 1. So R of initial rate become 2m to the power 1, 3m to the power 1. So that R of final is equal to, what we will do, each solution diluted with equal volume of water they are telling. When we add equal amount of water, always remember concentration also reduces to the same extent. So hence what I will take on 2m divided by 2, 3m divided by 2. So divided by 2 I have taken because I have added equal amount of water in this reaction. So then RF divided by RI, if you do rate of final, remember rate initial, you are going to get. So by solving this particular equation, you are going to get 0.25. Hence the answer for this is 0.25 times the rate of the reaction with respect to the initial rate. It is going to change. So the question number 12, the answer for this is 0.25 times. These are chemical kinetics. Question number 13, we will discuss about surface chemistry. In this case, very simple question, which of the following is an example for homogeneous catalysis? So oxidation of NH3 in Ostwald process, SO2 in contact process, SO2 in lead chamber process, and manufacture of NH3 by Haber's process. Very simple question, but fixed important question. Now homogeneous catalysis andre eno? So homogeneous catalysis is nothing but the reactant and catalyst should be in the same phase. Reactant ಮತ್ತು catalyst same physical state ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. Solid ಇದ್ರೆ solid, liquid ಇದ್ರೆ liquid, gas ಇದ್ರೆ gas. So first ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರೆದು ನೋಡಿ. 4NH3 5O2 ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಾಲಿಡ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆಟ್ರೋಜನಸ್ ಕೆಟಾಲಿಸಿಸ್. Oxidation of SO2 in contact process, you see 2SO2 plus O2 give rise to 2SO3 in presence of V2O5 is a solid. So this is also not the homogeneous catalysis, it is also heterogeneous catalysis. Third one, oxidation of SO2 in lead chamber process. Remember, very important, in this particular case NO is the catalyst, gas, gas, gas. So same phase is there for this. Hence in this particular case it is a homogeneous catalysis. Once again, fourth ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಡೋಣಂತೆ. NH3 10 plus 3s2 give rise to 2NH3. This is a solid FeO. So hence this is also a heterogeneous catalysis. So the answer for this is third option. So remember, so third option is the correct one. So this is about question number 13. Then we'll move to question number 14, that is also from surface chemistry. Now, critical micelle concentration for the soap solution is given. Micelle formation is possible only when the concentration of the soap solution in mole per liter is, they have given the option. Very important is here, critical micelle concentration for the soap solution. Critical micelle concentration andre eno? That is the minimum concentration above which formation of micelle take place. ಅಂದರೆ ಗಿವನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ 1.5 10 to the power -4 ಮೋಲ್ ಪರ್ ಲೀಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವುದು? ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಹೈಯರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದಿಸ್. ಹೈಯರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯಾವುದು? 1.5 10 to the power -4 ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೈಯರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದು? -3. ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ದೆನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 15, that is also from the general principles and process of isolation of elements. Oxidation state of copper is +1 in. Very simple question. Remember, option is given like this. So here you have to know the formula. CuSO3 COH twice, cuprite is Cu2O, azurite is CuCO3 COH twice 2 moles, chalcopyrite is CuFeS2. So hence oxidation state node is Cu +2 in malachite, +1 in cuprite, +2 in azurite, +2 in chalcopyrite. Hence the answer for this question is cuprite. Remember, question number 15, the answer is second option. Then question number 16. Here, among the following main reaction taking place in the blast furnace, 4 reactions are given like this. Then the option is given 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 4. In this case, the answer is 1 and 4 because carbon monoxide is a reducing agent in case of the blast furnace. So first one should be correct. And CaO plus SiO2 CaSiO3, fourth one should be correct because SiO2 is the present, that is a gang particle in this case, and CaO is the flux. Hence remember the answer is fourth one, 1 and 4. Next question number 17. P block element chapter. 3 questions are asked from this. Which of the following is correct statement? Cl2 oxidizes S2O2O2. Cl2 is a stronger oxidizing agent than F2. F2 oxidizes S2O2O2. Fluoride is a good oxidizing agent. So in this, the answer is F2 oxidizes S2O2O2. What is the reason for this? You see, in case of the oxidizing powers, always remember F2 is strongest. So F2 is more than Cl2, you write. Cl2 oxidizes S2O means F2 does not, it is given. It is not at all possible. Cl2 stronger oxidizing agent, this is also not possible. Fluoride is oxidizing agent anta kottidare. Idu ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನಮಗೆ. Fluoride is, remember, F minus. Fluoride F minus is never be a good oxidizing agent. So answer for this question is F2 oxidizes S2O2O2 but Cl2 does not. Next we question number 18. This is also from P block element. 0.1 mole of XeF6 is treated with 1.8 gram of water. The product obtained is XeO3, XeO2F2, XeOF4, Xe plus XeO3. Here you have to know the reaction is of which ratio, because always remember in this particular case 3 product you are going to get. If 1 mole of water is different, 2 moles of water is different, 3 moles of water is different product. So XeF6.1 mole you have taken, H2O they have given 1.8 gram. Let us convert this 1.8 gram into mole. How to do this? See, 1.8 gram is equal to how many moles andre? Mole is equal to what? Mass by molecular mass. Hence 1.8 is a mass, 18 is a molecular mass of water, so you will get 0.1 mole. The meaning is that 0.1 mole react with 0.1 mole. What was the hint I told? 0.1 mole iddaga product should be XeOF4. So XeOF4 is the product. So remember, so the answer for this question is XeOF4, that is third option. Yes. Now question number 19. This is also from P block element. Very simple. In the reaction of gold with aqua regia, oxidation state of nitrogen changes from +4 to +2, +6 to +4, +5 to +2 and +3 to +1. Now one small hint in this particular case is aqua regia means concentrated HNO3 and concentrated HCl mixed in the ratio 1.3, right? 1:3, which means nitrogen is in HNO3, oxidation state of nitrogen in HNO3 is +5. ಅಂದರೆ your answer should start with +5 2. +5 2 ಅಂತ ಯಾವುದಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, that should be the correct answer. That is the hint. Now let us see. The reaction, what happens is, AU react with 4H plus 4NO3 minus 4Cl, AuCl4 plus NO. In case of the NO3 minus is +5, NO is +2. Hence the answer you are going to get is +5 to +2. As I told, nitrogen in HNO3 is +5. ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಯಾವ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ +5 ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ. ಇದಿಷ್ಟೊಳಗೆ ಯಾವ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ +5 ಇದೆ? This is the only one option. ಅಂದರೆ if you don't know the reaction also, you can tell the answer, that is third one should be the correct answer. This is question number 19. Let us go to the question number 20, that is D and F block elements chapter. Now, in this case, incorrect statement with reference to CE. So these are the 4 statement is given. We will go by one. Ce4 plus is reducing agent they have given. Remember, cerium exhibit highest +4. Common is +3. So when it is common is +3, it is exhibiting +4, common is +3. Always it cannot oxidize more than +4, so that it can reduce itself to +3, which can itself reduce itself to +3. Then Ce +4 should be what? Oxidizing agent. So hence the given option, reducing agent, is given. So the answer should be first option. ಮುಂದಿರೋ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Ce4 plus is reducing agent. That is the correct option in this case. Let us see question number 21. D and F block elements idu kuda. So question given is, element in which electrons are progressively filled in 4f orbitals are called. Very simple question. 4f orbital ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದಾಗ್ತದೆ? F block element. F block ಅಲ್ಲಿ actinide, lanthanide. 4f orbital filled, that is lanthanide. Actinide in which 5f orbitals are filled. Hence answer should be lanthanide. Very simple question. Remember, options is third option is correct one. Now question number 22. This is also from D and F block. Remember, D and F block 2019 4 questions was asked. Which statement is wrong? Higher oxidation state transition metals show acidic character. Mn3 plus and CO3 plus are oxidizing agent. Metals in highest oxidation states are more stable in oxides than fluoride. All element of 3D series exhibit variable oxidation state. So remember, D and F block andaga one thing we have to know. A variable oxidation state we can discuss very easily. This variable oxidation state is not possible for zinc and scandium. So scandium and zinc, it is not at all possible. Andre, out of the given statement, all element of 3D series exhibit variable oxidation state is wrong one. Hence we can say the correct answer for this question is fourth one. Then question number 23. Question number 23 is, mixture of NaCl and K2Cr2O7 is heated with concentrated sulfuric acid. Deep red vapors are formed. Which of the following statement is false? In this case, if you remember NaCl, potassium dichromate, concentrated sulfuric acid, what you can remember? Chromyl chloride test, remember. So given option is like this. ಈಗ chromyl chloride test, if you remember, vapors give a yellow solution with NaOH. First you take the test tube, chloride containing compound plus potassium dichromate, then you add sulfuric acid. Reddish brown vapors are evolved. That is passed to the test tube containing NaOH. NaOH solution turns yellow, which means the first statement is the correct statement. Then second and third statement I will show you in the reaction. Fourth one, you see, vapors when passed into lead acetate in acetic acid gives yellow precipitate. What was the last step in the chromyl chloride test? That is yellow precipitate. So fourth one is also correct. Second and third, which one is correct we will see. In that case, mixture of NaCl and potassium dichromate is heated with concentrated SO4. Reaction you are going to get it like this. So when the reaction is like this, you are going to get chromyl chloride in this particular case. right? So chromyl chloride is there, but Cl2 vapors are not there, right? Cl2 vapors are not there, only CrO2 Cl2 is there. Hence remember, correct answer for this particular question is, in this particular case, the correct answer for this is third option. Vapors contain CrO2 Cl2 and Cl2. Wrong statement. Only CrO2 Cl2 will be present. That is question number 23. Let us see question number 24. Coordination compound chapter. Two questions are asked from this. Addition of excess of AgNO3 to an aqueous solution of 1 mole of PdCl2 gives 2 moles of AgCl. Conductivity of this solution corresponds to 1:1 electrolyte, 1:3 electrolyte, 1:2 electrolyte, and 1:4 electrolyte. How to identify? See, PdCl2 4NH3 means Cl2 is outside. Andre, you are going to get the compound like this. 2Ag1O3 give rise to. So in this case, product formed is PdNH3 4NO3 twice plus 2AgCl. Andre Cl2, 2 moles of AgCl2 formed. The meaning is that Cl2 is outside. So you are going to get 2Cl minus plus, this is the one cation. Hence you are going to get the 1:2 electrolyte is the correct answer. So answer for this question is third option. Then 25. In case of the 25, formula of the penta-aqua nitrato-chromium 3 nitrate is, see that nitrato is given. See the 4 option. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ನೈಟ್ರಾಟೋ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ನೈಟ್ರಾಟೋ ಅಂದರೆ NO3, ನೈಟ್ರೈಟೋ ಅಂದರೆ NO2. ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್. NO3 ಇದೆ, ಸೊ NO3 ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೈಟ್ರಾಟೋ. ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ದೆನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 26. ವಿಚ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಗ್ಯಾಂಡ್? ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಗ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So Cn minus NH3, CO and En. Then order of the strength of the ligand is carbon donor more than nitrogen donor more than oxygen donor more than halogen. Carbon monoxide can form back bonding, hence it is stronger ligand. Remember this point. Order of ligand, what to remember? Very important. Carbon donor is always stronger than nitrogen donor, oxygen donor, halogen donor. ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಂದರೆ 2 ಇದೆ, ಎರಡರೊಳಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್? CO, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ CO ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೊನಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಷನ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್. ದೆನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 27 ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಅಲ್ಕೇನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಅರಿನ್ಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್. ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಲೈಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಆನ್ ವಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಆರ್ aqueous NaOH? See, first option chlorobenzene, second option like this, third option and fourth option is given. Remember, water with aqueous NaOH means when NO2 is trinitro. Always remember, nitro group enhance the facilitates the nucleophilic aromatic substitution reaction. So NO2 is at ortho and para both position. Hence remember, aromatic substitution reaction is very easily possible for this particular question. So fourth option should be the correct answer for this question. Then question number 28. Haloalkanes and haloarenes chapter only. Compound having longest CCl bond is, remember 4 options are given like this. So now out of the following, the hint for this question is, remember here, if due to the resonance ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಪಾರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಪಾರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ 3 there is a resonance, but here there is, sorry, in this particular case, here there is a resonance, here there is a resonance, here there is a resonance, but in this case there is no resonance. So because of that reason, the correct answer should be this one. So here there is no resonance. So hence CCl bond longest in that compound in which there is no resonance is present. So option is second one. Then question number 29 from alcohol, phenols and ethers chapter. 2 questions are asked from this. Match the following acids with their pKa value. Very simple question. It was given, option is given like this. Now we know that pKa value is least for that substance which is having strongest acidic nature. So remember, pKa value hint ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ as the pKa value increases, acidic nature decreases. ಈಗ out of these 4, which one is the strongest acid? Remember, electron withdrawing group. Electron withdrawing group increases the acidic nature, which means picric acid is the strongest acid, hence 0.78. D should be 2. So D should be 2, it is there. Then A is 3. So in both the case A is 3 is there, not necessary to worry about. But weakest acid is ethanol. Weakest acid is ethanol. C is 116. Highest pKa value means weakest acid. Hence remember, answer should be first one. The answer should be first one. Then 30th question. In question number 30, which of the following can be used to test the acidic nature of ethanol? Blue litmus solution, Na2CO3, NaHCO3 and Na metal. Remember, ethanol is the weakest acid. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಬ್ಲೂ ಲಿಟ್ಮಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ Na2CO3 ಆರ್ NaHCO3 ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಯೂಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಮೆಟಲ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಯೂಸ್ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಮೆಟಲ್, ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್? ಸಿ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಸೊ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಮೆಟಲ್. ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ದ acidic nature? Sodium metal. So this completes part 1. Thank you for watching. Like the video, share to your friends so that they can get the use of that, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.